Cô Hoàng Anh gonna to be present in 5 minutes, so let me finish the translation of the lesson. After that, I will invite you for the translation of the new content today. Thank you so much, cô An.
Thank you ever so much, cô Hoài My. Okay.
And then I really treasure the time. I realized that before I love my children, and gradually I do not manage the actions of my children, but rather than I allow my children to experience experience on themselves, on their own. And if my children stay up late and go to bed late, so they will learn the lessons the day after. And then I allow my children to have that experience, and then I give my children the knowledge about the cause and the outcomes, and let my children to learn about the lesson. And also I help my children to elevate the inner awareness, and allows my children to have the experience. And instead of control the actions of my children, I allow them for their growth. Thank you, and I am so grateful for the journey of love, and I'm grateful for our Thầy Toàn. And I also learned the sharing from K36, because I see I see that the knowledge I learned from K36 is so meaningful. Thank you so much, Cô Hiến, and everyone for giving me a chance to share this morning. And Cô Hiến said that if we feed in our children with food, they will grow. And if we also have our children to expand their perspective, then our children will use maturity and growth. And also in the house, I also create the environment to experience. For example, during Tet holiday, my husband and myself allowed our children to, if you would like to stay overnight, all right, and then we have three nights. 3 nights is, during Tet holiday, they can stay up late, they can stay overnight to play the chess, to play the card, and then they allowed. So up to 2 a.m. and all my children go to bed because they are too much play-ins older than the night and the day. And then after that, I explain to them, and as you can see that if we do not go to bed early, we cannot wake up and go to school. And then when I pregnant, and I already see the maturity journey of my children. So I also create the environments in my family so that my children also have a chance for their growth and maturity. Cô Hiến see that there are many raising hands. However, now it's the time for us to do the ritual. And Andron, I'm going to pass the microphone for you so that we will do the ritual together. Yes. Once again, thank you so much. And Andron.
Yes, I will read it. Declaration, Wit Master Mentor. I am a person with value. Appertelling, transmitting reality, creating value is what I do throughout my life. Supporting others achieve their lives' aspirations, I elevate realms of living. Expanding the range of awareness, elevating the levels of wisdom, I stand above emerging adversities. Honoring gratitude in emotion, tolerance in human nature, inner peace in being, I protect myself and those around me. Refined characters, outstanding virtues, maturing beyond my years, I conquer all dreams. With appropriate perspective, right mentality, and relevant competency, I succeed with simplicity. Comprehending laws, understanding principles, holding firmly the key, I open the door to mastering life. Adhering to rules, applying formulas, grasping methods, my life becomes simpler, more joyful, more trusting, and lighter. Knowing, believing, understanding the triangle of reality, the human energetic structure, the formula of the root cause of life, I master finances, imparting the value of the philosophy of root cause education to all in order to enrich, to master, to become, and to evolve. Portrait of Witmaster Mentor. Scholarly wisdom, peaceful mentality, refined character, outstanding virtue, exceptional competency, model-like physique, triathlete health, extraordinary appertelling, sagacious communication, unwavering self-discipline, insightful vision, human life comprehension, benevolent leadership, moral virtue for all, 6 great prosperities, all-capable leader, cultural entrepreneur.
Hi everyone. Cohen said while waiting for the teacher to come on Zoom, we're going to invite one more person to share. And the student said, thank you ever so much for teachers and everyone. Yesterday, I told my connector that thank you for connecting me to these programs, and I've in my work when I couldn't understand what you're saying. Alright, so when I tell my co-worker to do the work, so need to do this, it wasn't sharing, right? She's just talking randomly. Yeah. So the sound was off for a while and then it's coming back on. Okay. Alright, so I've been reading all the inner being lessons over and over again while I was at work and while I'm at home. Okay. And now I've learned about love. I can apply love in my work. I can say that if the others can feel my love, they will listen to do. And whenever I do something, if I do it with unconditional love, then it will influence other people. And I am grateful so much for the organization and for my connector that let me learning this knowledge. So now my friend and me, when we do work together, I can show my love in the way that I'm working and in the way that we do business with each other. Thank you ever so much. Now I see that people had no problems. Okay, thank you for this knowledge. Cô Hiến said that thank you chị Lệ for sharing. Now wherever we go, we see that anything that we do can be so lively. Whatever happened in our life it can be so lively to us. If we stuck in traffic, we understand that okay, it is our contribution in that situation for it to happen, right? So thank you ever so much for sharing. Không biết. Okay. I would like to invite another person from 325 house. Mẹ chia sẻ cho mẹ chia sẻ cho. Đi. In this session of being virtual. So, thank you for these lessons. I've had the source concept about love. Chị My hỗ trợ em chút cho em 5 phút.
And thank you for asking. I would like to share about this relationship between myself and my mother-in-law. When I learned about the triangle of realities of love, I can see that on the information's corner, I still do not fulfill the needs for my mother-in-law, and then during the living together with my mother-in-law, I have so much resentment to her. And because before, when I do not know about the knowledge, that is the reason why I cannot realize that my mother-in-law saved a lot of care and love for myself and my family, and I cannot realize the love and care from my mother-in-law. I caused so much many actions that's already affects to my good marriage. And then when I joined into the journey of love and I learned about the concepts about love, I already trained myself and the way I behave with my mother-in-law. And then especially the lesson that the root cause of life begin with me, and I trained myself. Actually, at that time, I still not yet very clear about the material manifestations of love. That is the respect, share, tolerance, and I know that the root cause of life begins with me. Why I have wonderful mothers, but I cannot see and I cannot realize that. And deep inside all of the actions, I see that the love she saved for her son and also her grandchildren. And then the reason why my mother-in-law looked so much miserable and not a happy woman is because of the love that my mother-in-law carried so much responsibility for the family, and she had to do many things for the existence and developments of the family. And then because I cannot feel, I cannot touch the love, that is the reason why I have resentment to her. But then I already realized and I changed it in my relationship with my mother-in-law, and I am so grateful for the assistance and the supporting, the love and care that my mother-in-law said for me, myself, and my family. And now I have a good relationship with my mother-in-law. It's just like mom and daughter. And also she care and love for me, not as the daughter-in-law, but just her daughter. And once again, thank you so much for the knowledge, and for Cô Hoàng Anh already shared the knowledge to me. Thank you for listening to my sharing. Yeah.
Thank you, cô
I
My.
see cô Anh coming back. Yeah.
So through chị gái sharing during the inner being lessons, my own opinion, my own feeling that when our ladies, our women, after learning this knowledge, we feel so peaceful, right? And then I watch everyone follow up learning mentor, learning master, grandmaster. I admire you all so much. Back then, my realizations were that I learning this knowledge just to be peaceful inside myself. But then I start seeing everyone, not just learning for yourself, but also learning in order to share this knowledge, spread this knowledge to the world. Okay, and is it right that after learning this knowledge, we feel more happier inside of us, and we make our family happier? Okay, those who close to us, all of our loved ones. Okay, we can see that no one is the wonderful things in life. Okay, and we can see the happiness within ourselves. So thank you ever so much, chị gái, for sharing with all of us. I see the teachers already sharing the slides, so the paper now. And today at Cô Hoàng Anh house, she lost power for a while, so now she come back. So now we have another teacher, and this teacher, she very tiny. The first time I met her, I thought she was the high school student, and she accompanied Cô Hoàng Anh in the love journey programs for about 4 years. So you all probably could guess who is that, right? That's Cô Diệu Hiền. Please, everyone, turn your mic, turn your camera on, and welcome teacher Diệu Hiền. Okay. So everyone saying hello to cô Diệu Hiền. Okay. Alright. Cô Hiền is so popular. Okay. Diệu Hiền, hello everyone. Hello mẹ Hiến. Okay. So this morning, I feel so warm and touched when hearing everyone sharing this morning. I see there's so many hands still raising right now. Are you guys still excited and still want to share? Are you excited and still want to share, right? Okay. And everyone said yes. Cô Diệu Hiền said, thank you teachers, thank you for organization, thank you everyone that giving me the opportunity to share today in the topics of love, virtue of love. Okay, I see there's a few hand raising, so let's continue continue interacting with each other for a while. Okay, before we get into the lessons. Mời chị Thư. Okay. Chị Thư said so much for calling me. I feel so moved and touched. Thank you, our teacher, that sharing with me this knowledge. Okay. Cô Diệu Hiền, do you remember me? Teacher Diệu Hiền said, "Oh, this is a tricky question. If I answer it, yes, then it's be good. But if I'm unable to answer it, it might be good, but in the different point of views." Okay, and the participant said that when I joined the love sharing programs, I see that, why is it all the teachers, they're so beautiful and so attractive, and I think to myself that I need to look at you all the time, so one day I can become as beautiful as you. My name is Phan Thị Thư. I live in Hải Phòng province. I am supporting the house 257, and I am very impressed with this topic, the virtue of love. Okay. Thank you ever so much. I feel so touched and moved right now. Okay. I impressed at the part where with my children. Okay. So we know that we all love our children, right? But our ancestor often says that the Vietnamese ancestor, they often telling other people that if we love our children, we need to beat them up, okay, in order to teach them a lessons in life. Okay. Could you hear me properly? Cô Diện said yes. And when I learn about love, I know that there's 6 needs and 5 needs. And now, if I've learned that if I love my children, I need to give, I need to connect, I need to bond with them, okay, rather than have to beat them up or whip them up, like my ancestor often telling us. And when the teacher sharing the fact that I need to connect, to bond to my child, okay, and that relationship with my child is building on respect, sharing, integrity, and tolerance. So when I start showing my love to them, at the beginning, it's very awkward. But then the more and more I start doing it, then they can feel my love to them. So, and then towards my husband, I think that I need to show my love to him by telling him that I love him. Okay, but but when I open my mouth, I always said the things that opposite to what I want, or the undesirable things. Okay. And my husband, he's doesn't want his wife to work so hard. Okay. He's owned a hospital. He owns a hospital, so he meet a lot of patients. Okay, and because of that hospital, he be able to provide for the family a sufficient life. Okay, and sometimes I go to the hospital to help him work with the work there. But my husband told me that you don't need to go there, just stay at home, enjoy yourself. Okay, enjoy yourself, do whatever you want. So I am sourcing the love programs and the inner beings programs. I have managed to switch my word. Instead of saying the undesirable things to my husband and the people I love, I now start saying all the good things. I gradually, slowly, I managed to change the way I talk, the way I communicate with my husband, and also I learned great lessons in terms of interacting with my child. I do not use the word I used to use before, and now I say softer, more gentle words so my children can feel my love for them. So thank you ever so much to the teacher. Now my children can feel my love, and every day when they come back from school, the first thing they do is they going to give me a hug. They come to give me a hug, okay, and telling me that they love me. So thank you ever so much for the organization and everyone that giving me the opportunity to change, to transform. And in my house group, we all showing our love by calling each other to go into class every morning. Okay. At the beginning, I found it so difficult to call my study buddy because it's 4:30 in the morning. It's so early. Okay. Also, I have children, so I also need to take care of them. So my learning journey is not that smooth either. So initially, I told teacher Quế about my situation, okay, and the study buddy that I was accompanied with wanted to stop this learning journey. So telling cô Quế Minh about that, cô Quế Minh told me that how can I interact with them, how can I show my love to them and contain them in my heart, that now they stop learning. So I rethink about that and consistently connecting with my studying buddy now, okay, and I couldn't sleep last night, but now I keep thinking about the love topic, and I'm telling all of my house members that we go into a company with each other for the rest of this life to support each other on this learning journey. Thank you ever so much, teacher. Cô Hiền said thank you for your sharing, chị Thân Thiện Thư. Thank you, chị Thư, ever so much. Okay. Do you like to hear other people sharing their reality? Okay. That's amazing, right? So now we go into connect, share, and love each other for the rest of our life, right? Whether we know or we don't know, okay? We all have ourselves. We are a gift of love. We were born because of love, right? We grow up because of love. And the moment that we leave this earth, we leave our body, then even we left, our loved ones still here. Okay, so whether we want or we don't want, whether we know or we don't know, then okay. Hello, chị Xuân, chị Xuân Dung. You really want to speak, right? You're not only raising your hand on Zoom, but now you're raising your real hand as well. Okay. Thank you, teacher, for letting me sharing. I don't often share it in this session. Okay, but today I really want to talk. Okay. Thank you ever so much, all the teacher. Thank you for the knowledge, and thank you for my connector that take me to this program. Thank you for all the supporting teacher in my home, in my house. When I'm learning this journey, I'm impressed the most. What teacher Hoàng Anh said is that love and clinging love is two different things. Okay, and I was stuck in clinging love before. Okay, because I was clinging to the love that I have for my loved one. Okay, so when I love others and I don't know that I'm not aware of the love that I have for them, then I become clinging to those people. So when I cling to the love that I have for my children, I start control them. So I love them the way I want them to be. Okay, and it's just like we cook a bowl of pho, and I put a lot of chili in it, and that's in my what I like to eat. But then I force order to eat that bowl of pho with a lot of chili as well. Okay, so and because of my personal want and need, I start to control my children, so that make my children suffer. And when I heard about love that teacher Hoàng Anh said yesterday, I feel so released of what I clinging to in the past. Now I know that I have been released of that clinging. Okay, and I often tell my children that, why don't you love me? Why don't you do what I said? Okay, but now I understand that my child love me the way they ask themselves, the way they do. And if I love my children, then I need to listen to them, and I need to see that whether what I'm doing for them really make them happy, really make them feel my love. Okay, and I have to love them as the way they want, not how I want it. Okay, because otherwise the person who suffer the most is the person I think that I love them the most. Okay, so the moment that I realize about this, okay, I've understand that if I can love everyone unconditionally, okay, then I can love my children without any suffering, without any problems. For example, when my children play games, in the past, I took it away from them. I screaming at them, shout at them. Okay, but now I sit down with them and telling them that if you have time, then you can learn something new, something that you are able to learn from the school instead of playing game. Okay. So I told them that, how about learning extra English? And they told me that, oh, they already communicate with the foreign friend already. Okay, and now because I change the way I look at my children, change the way I'm dealing with my children, then now whatever I want them to do, they willingly to do it, and I can see that my reality had changed with my children, because I see that there are a lot of parents in here also have this connection with the children, and also cling to the love that you have with your children. So I would like to share my reality. Okay, so if anyone here can hear my story and realize something in your life, that would be wonderful. Thank you ever so much for letting me sharing this. Okay. Okay. Thank you for listening to my story. Cô Diệu Hiền said, thank you ever so much for chị Xuân Dung sharing. So many hearts, so many flowers been sent to her. Okay, there no mark, loving with no marking, and see our children with no abundance. Okay, How can we love our children so lightly? How can we love our husband, our wives so completely, fully? And so other people said that, okay, loving them unconditionally. So what is unconditional love? Okay, and the student said, which means we love them without our need, without our attachment. Okay, so now we all understand that we love our children, and because of that love we make them happy, right? Okay, so the last few days you heard teacher Hoàng Anh share which source concept had you heard the teacher Hoàng Anh sharing? Okay, so when you love means you go into connect, bonding, and possess. That the inner state of desire, right? Okay. So the participant said that when your children do something wrong and we still love them, okay, then that is unconditional love. Okay, like my child, my little child. Okay, she's 7 years old. When I love her unconditionally, she starts having responsibility with her study and the housework. And let me tell you the story of my girls. She had she done an action that is unimaginable. So when the teacher punished one of the students, everyone laughing, but she said that she didn't laugh about it, and she said that when she see everyone laughing, she told everyone not to laugh. Okay, and because she said that when she see the teacher punish the other student and everyone laugh, then that student one day will lack confidence in life. When I heard my child said that, I think that she is so wonderful. Okay, she's so mature and grow up so much. Okay, thank you everyone for listening. Okay, cô Diệu Hiền said, anyone here have the awareness that doing wrong is a chance to do it right? Okay, anyone here has an awareness that when you do things wrong, wrongly, it is an opportunity to do it right, right? Okay, so we don't know what to do it right, and we realize that it's wrong. So now we had an opportunity to do it right, right? Okay, so the moment that we see our children, our loved one do something that is our undesirable, so that is an opportunity for us to tell them what we really want. Okay, and ourselves, when we done it wrongly, the moment that we realize it, okay, is an opportunity for us to do right, because there are so many people in this world, they never see them doing anything wrong, right? Is there any moment in life you never seen that you're wrong, right? There's a people telling each other that, okay, I have been taking care of my kid the right way all the time, right? Okay, but the moment that we realize that, oh, there's something not right here, then at that moment is the moment that we start to change, start to transform. Okay, every time that we failed, every time that we done something wrong, and every time that things happened undesirable in our life, and we realize that, then that is a chance for us to go back to the current, the water, the flow of water that take our life to the next level. And when we have a fulfilled awareness about love, when we can see all of the source concept, understand all of the source concept of love, okay, so what we want is, whenever we mention love, okay, then everyone that we have a chance to meet to interact with in this life, okay, any people that we have an opportunity to interact in this life, then hopefully they could realize, okay, they could realize and feel love, and they can feel love, and they can see the material manifestations of love that we give it to them. Okay, so in our life, when we haven't had all the source concept of love, sometimes we love them, we love others, but they do not see it. Okay, they do not see it. Okay. And sometimes we love others, but they unable to feel it. Okay, and sometimes even ourselves, we unable to sense love around ourselves, right? Okay, so when we said that, okay, the words we do not feel, we do not see love in this world. Okay, when we have the source concept of love, when we have the source concept of love, when we know the information of love, we know what is love, right? What is love, everyone? What is love? Okay, love means we fulfilled our need, the 6 needs, right, everyone? Fulfills 6 needs. Okay, and the information of love, we already received that, right? And the moment that we know about the definition of love, we already sense it, right? We sense love. Anyone who bringing food to us, doesn't mean that they loving us, right? They love us, right? Our parents give birth to us and taking care of us since we were little, since we were born, until when we grow up. They'll always be there, always loving, right? Always fulfill all of our needs, our physiological needs, our safety needs, our love and belonging needs, our esteem needs, our self-actualization needs. Okay, so that is the connection, that is the bonding. Okay, if someone have the need to connect to us, to the need to bond with us, okay, do we really sense their love, right? So if anyone that lost connection with people, okay, we do not have that such things, okay, because now we can always feel the love of others, always feel love that surrounding us, right? And we know that the material manifestation of love is respect, sharing, integrity, and tolerance. So it's simple for us to see love, right? Anywhere that we see people sharing, love exists there. Okay, and this awareness, when we have them, okay, with love, it must have information, have energy, and material manifestation. And today we go into another important knowledge. Okay, so as a mentor, we heard that, okay, we need to love other people. So in order to transmit this knowledge to others, in order for other people to have the information, energy, and material manifestation of love. And most people think love is something that's so great. But if we can transmit this knowledge to them, to others, and they can also transmit this knowledge to other people, then there is important knowledge that we're going to exchange with each other today. That is the 4 levels of love. 4 levels of love. 4 levels of love. to the 4 level of love. Okay. This is the way we heard about 4 level of wisdom, right? Okay, and now we want to love with wisdom. Okay, so we want to apply love in life so we can love other people. Thank you, our teacher and cô Hoàng Ánh, because they have shared with us this knowledge that is the 4 levels of love, and through the 4 levels of love, all the loving questions can be answered, and every realities of love can be applied into the 4 levels, okay, of love, so we can alternate between these levels and apply them into our life. Okay, anyone have the slides? Okay, some people in the Zoom had asked in the chat box for the slide, for the previous slides. Okay. Okay, so do you want to clarify any part here? And the student said that, okay, can you tell me the purpose of this 4 level of love? So this diagram, what is going to help me, please? Can you share that again? Okay, thank you ever so much. 4 levels. 4 levels of love. The 4 levels of love, or the 4 layers of love. Okay, so in order to love with wisdom, how to apply love in our life, okay, how do we know that we love someone the right way? How can we know that we love someone enough? Then these 4 levels of love will help us to do that, help us to alternate the levels of awareness, the different awareness states, and help us to show our love suitably in the right circumstances, and at any place that we love suitably in the right circumstances, in order for other people to see our love, to feel our love, okay, and to send the love that's surrounding them. Okay, everyone. Right, so now everyone in the chat box start asking about writing, about how to write neatly like cô Hiền. Okay, so we'll hold on to that inquiry and ask the people in the writing class. Okay, so now the 4 levels of love, we applied wisdom, applied the awareness in of love in our life to ourselves, our family, our children, our organization, and our society, right? So which level of love do we need to use with ourselves? Which level of love do we apply on ourselves, okay, in order to love with wisdom? Okay. So there's our 4 levels of love. Okay, the first level is the level 1 of love. level 1 of love is when we apply wisdom in love, right? The wisdom level 1 is the level where we can differentiate right, wrong, okay? Right, wrong, true, false, okay? And should not. So what is the level 1 of love? Okay, so love we have 4 level. Okay, with wisdom we have 5 level, but when we shift it into love, is only 4 level. Okay, so a person use wisdom to love. Okay, then we can differentiate the source concept of beneficial source concept of love and the detrimental source concept of love. So love means we fulfills all of a person's needs, from physiological need to safety need to love, belonging need to self-esteem to self-actualization and contribution, right? So what we said about what we already read about love, okay, we know that we can create value. Okay, love at level 1, okay, is creating value. Okay, because we have to fulfill the needs of the other person so they can sense it, they can feel it, they can see the love, right? Okay, so we said that the as level 1 of love is the love of conditional love. The love with condition, so it's conditional love. The love that comes with condition. Love comes with condition. Love comes with condition. A love that comes with condition. So conditional love. So you need to do this. Whichever frequency of energy that the children have, then they will attract a certain friend come to their life, right? So if now they want to have a different friend, then what awareness, what frequency of energy that they need to change in order to change the image that they have in mind, in order to connect with different kind of friends. Okay? So we need to re-ask the question. We need to ask the right questions in order to get the right answer. Okay, we do not ask the question that align with what we desire. Okay, most of the time we focus on the darkness. We focus on adding the darkness, removing the darkness from the room, in order to make the room brighten up. But it doesn't work that way, right? The kids playing the phone is not bad. It's not bad, everyone. The kids playing the phone is not bad. Okay, we playing with the phone all the time, right? But how to play it the right way? Okay, how to use the phone the right way? Then we don't know about it. Okay, we don't know how to use the phone, play the phone the right way. So if we let the children play with the phone, then how can we need to give them awareness? How can they play with the phone? And the more they play, the more friends they have. The more they play, the healthier they get. Then, okay, if we be able to manage for wanting imagination there, then we can create suitable value. Is that okay? And when we do it's good, when we giving is good, then we can understand the part of the receiver. Okay. So get down. Đóng cửa giùm mẹ.
Đi từ từ tôi tán Mimi.
Okay.
Thôi từ từ ra. Đi ra ngồi ăn luôn đi, ra. Đi từ từ đi. Đi ra đi.
Đóng cửa lại giùm mẹ. Okay, so we have to give our
Đúng rồi
here
đó.
to ask the questions that align with what we design. Okay, most of the time we do not ask the questions that align with what we design. And the student said that, okay, so we need to apply the formula to stand above of the emerging adversity, right? So when the child doing something, we should not react to it, but should keep the inner peace mentality and recreate the positive image of our children, and let our children listen to all the good things, or give the children the right awareness, right? Okay. The teacher said no, we haven't got to that stage yet. First we have to, because now we talk about love level 1, right? What you do is you do what you want. Okay, what you're talking about, you are doing what you want. Okay, it's not what your kid needs, so you have to establish what the kids really need. Seldomly parents sit down to really listen to what the kids really need. Okay, most of the time we see our children wrong and in the wrong, and we want them to be right immediately. Okay, and the student said that, okay, but the children, they don't know what they want. Okay, they just do it because they do it. They don't know what they want. When I asked them, they said they don't know. Okay, right. And the teacher said, if the children don't know what they want, we have to go back to the emotional state of the children. Emotional state, why the kid doing that? Okay, so is when we take it back there, it's very, if we know if the kid knows what they want, it's very simple. We can direct them towards enriching themselves holistically. Okay, so if the children doesn't know what they want, then at the end of the day, a person's need and want in human life view is just one thing, but we have to establish what the kid need. Okay, but without doing what we want here. Do you understand this? Because sometimes the kids will want to be oriented toward relationships, but we want to orient our kids toward health. Okay, so we do not satisfy or fulfill the kid needs, and hence it doesn't work. Okay, so need. So a person design in life always come back to the basics: our inner being, our health, relationships, and finance. Okay, and if we know what our kids desire, then it's simpler for us to orient our kids. But we have to sit down and listen to them. Okay, do not tell them what we want, but sit down and listen to know what they need. And that is the time that you create value. Okay, and that value you create is sustainable. But you have to sit down to clarify with your kid. Okay, it's not that your kid doesn't want to be healthy, but there is not enough reason for your kid to be healthy, to want to be healthy. Not enough reason for the kid to want to be healthy. And the student said, okay, it's easy with the kids, but how about husband? My husband go drinking all the time, right? Then the teacher said that, okay, so now you don't want your husband to drink, but what if he's go with hooker? Okay, what you really want here, what you really want here, because most of the time we also don't know what we want, what we desire, so we are unable to create value for ourselves. Okay, for example, every time he go out drinking and he bring home $7 million to you. Okay, will you be happy for him to go out drinking? Every time he go out drinking and he come back, he love you more, he pamper you more, taking care of you more, would you allow him to go drinking? Right? But every time he going drinking, he come back and healthier, right? Then would you still allow him to drink? Okay. If every time he go out drinking, he come back even healthier, so would you allow him to drink? No? Still not? Right. Oh. So sometimes, if what do we want? Okay. We want our husband to care for us, to love us, right? So husband caring and loving. Okay. Okay, what if we go out drinking with the president of the country? Okay, so we have to understand clearly what do we really want. We manage our wanting in imagination, right? Okay. Okay, if the husband go out drinking and when he got home his wife is number one, no, we go out his wife is number one, then what? Okay. Okay, we have to be clear what we really want. Okay, I mean the husband when they go out drinking, they do not want to be tired, want to be suffering, right? They know that when they go drinking, it's harm their internal organs. But they like the feeling when they go out drinking, okay? The feeling of satisfaction of drinking. So if there is a place for them to feel comfortable, to sign agreement, to discuss about work without have to drink, then would they choose? They wouldn't choose drinking, okay? So if our life, each of us, we understand what we need, we can manage our wanting and imagination, and we focus on creating the value that we want, then this world is peaceful, right? Okay, because people go into drinking, they're suffering. You don't know that, but they actually suffering themselves. Okay, my husband, okay, the student said, every time my husband go out drinking, if they're going home, he go home and he get me taking care of him, he will feel very good. I think so. Okay, so you need to help your husband. If your husband go out drinking, okay, that is an opportunity for all the women to take care of the husband, physical health, social health, and mental health, right? Okay, and after you help him to have good health overall, then eventually you give him the awareness of how to live healthy, right? But at first you must have the image, have much established. The need here is that you want your husband to be healthy, not wanting him to stop drinking. Your need is not wanting him to stop drinking, okay? So you can understand this. We have to clarify. So we already clarified the giving part. Let's move to the receiving part. When we receive, okay, we have to manage our wanting imagination. Other people create value to us, then we will feel, sense, and see the love, right? Okay, so when we are the person who receive, then the person who give the love to us, we must acknowledge. We must acknowledge. We must validate, and honoring gratitude. Validate. Okay, receiver can do this. Validate. Okay, and honoring gratitude. So the other people, they love us, right? That means they want to be validated, they want to be acknowledged, and they want us to honor and be grateful for them, okay? But most of the time, the women only do that once, and that's it. Because the man student said that, oh, that's right, teacher, I have reality here. Okay, I've often give flower to my wife give her a big bunch of flower in the past, and then my wife said, "Oh, don't be that's nonsense. Don't give me all of that useless stuff." Okay, and I don't know whether my wife like it or not. I give it to her, but I don't know, so I stopped giving it. Okay, and the teacher said, right, so when you validate all of the state of the action, okay, validate whatever you feel, okay, that is when we establish our need to others. We establish to others what do we need here, okay. And they will know how to manage the wanting imagination, to know how to love us the right way. And we validate with honoring gratitude. Then when other people create value for us, so what we validate here is we honoring gratitude to the value that they create to us, right? Because sometimes if the husband give flower to us, we don't really like that flower, okay. We like roses, but he give us pancreas, for example. Then we don't like pancreas. Then the husband give us orchids, but we don't like orchids. Then we still have to show our honoring gratitude to the fact that the husband care for us. The husband, okay. So we need to validate that. We validate that and tell our husband that, what? Oh, I love the fact that you give flower to me. Okay, but maybe next time if it's is roses, that is my most favorite flower. Okay, so we have the right to give them our feedback. We have to validate the value that they create to us. Okay, so then because there's a lot of women or a lot of men, they like that, they love that, okay, but they understand, they unable to see the meaning behind that, okay. So whatever other people give to us, okay, whatever they give, they already create value. Doesn't mean that they have to give roses, okay, to show the value. If they give orchids, for example, that's already the value that they provide, they create for us, right? And we help them to understand. Which means we have to share our needs, so they understand what we want. Okay, and so if we be able to manage love at level 1, then this world will be very peaceful in people connection, people relationship between husband, wife, and children, okay, colleges between each other. Someone in the chat box said, "Oh, next time I'm gonna give her $100,000, for example." And when we give feedback on what we need, okay, then other people, they want to create value. Even women, right? When we cook good meals for our husband, okay, and the husband compliment the food, and even though the food is not quite good, okay, but because of his compliment and his validation, so next time we will try to cook even better dish to the family, right? Okay, so so some people said that, oh, I can only compliment if the woman cook good food. If she cook bad, then I can't give her compliment. No, okay, it's not that. We got to validate her effort, her love in cooking the food here. And the student said that I don't really understand this part. My children, she want to go to abroad to study, right? He got to the age where he needs to go into the army to serve the country now. And I want my kid to serve the country first before go into study abroad. And the teacher said, oh, so that's your needs, that what you want. So if you want, you do it. Don't force your children to do what you want. So that's your want, right? You're wanting. So what does your children want? What does your child want? Okay. Sợ tự nhiên ác thiệt. Is that right? That's what you want, right? What you want, you're unable to do it, and now you force your kid to do it. How does that work? And the student said, okay, so I wanted my children go to serve the country first before doing what he want is going to study abroad. And the teacher said, so you want that? Then do it. You go and do it. Okay. Okay. So have you ever asked your child what does the child want? What does he want? Obviously, you can tell him what you want. Okay. You can share what you want to him. Okay. But what other people, what you really want to hear is that your child do exactly what you say. Okay, or you want to satisfy your child's need here. Okay, you have to ask yourself what you really want here, because at the end of the day, you want your child to go serve the country before going to study abroad. Why is it? Why do you want them to do that? Okay. Okay. So the student said that. Okay. Why? I want him to serve the country first, so I have a peace of mind before he going to study abroad. So why do you want that peace of mind? Teacher asked. And so you want to have a peace of mind. Why don't you just be in peace? If you stay in inner peace, then you have peace of mind already there. Okay. You need to re-questioning yourself what you really want, you really need here. Manage your wanting imagination. If you're unable to manage your wanting imagination, then you never ever can create value for your child. You think that you love your child, but what you're doing here is you having clinging love. Okay? Not really love your child. You do unable to create value to your children. What you really want here to your children to be mature, to grow. Okay, so what if your children joining the army go to serve the country and then still unable to mature? Then what happened? What do you really want here? If you be clear of what you want, okay, and you can create value, and maybe it's just taking a chance to sit down, talking to your kid, listen to your kid properly, then you'll be able to clarify all of this. Okay, so what you really want, you have to clarify with your kids first. Okay, and the teacher said, oh, I understand now. Thank you ever so much. Okay, so contemplating on what you really want, what your kid wants, what your need is, what your kid needs. Once you understand what your kid really desire, then you can take that and bring it back to what your need is. So peace is when both sides can go into the agreement, right? When both parties can agree, okay. And thank you ever so much, everyone, for letting me be able to interpret this session, and also bearing with all the noise and whatever going on in the background with my family. Thank you for your learning, listening, and thank you for letting me be able to do my part. There's a few mistakes today. There's a lot of things going on right now, so I make a few mistakes with writing today, but they have been corrected, I guess. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much, Cohen.
Thank you. Does everyone have anything to share or anything to add for today's session?
Thank you, cô An Trang. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, everyone.
If not, then we continue tomorrow. Yeah. Any questions at all for love at level 1? Love conditionally. Love conditionally, not conditional love. So it's the two different things. Any questions? Anything you would like to clarify? Are you guys gonna discuss with each other? I know the main Zoom has stopped. So shall we see each other tomorrow, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Have a good evening, and John.
Thank you so much.
And have a good day, everyone in Vietnam.
Yes, thank you to all the supporters. Thank
Today,
you,
Thank
everyone.
you
sleep well.
for
Thank you, cô Anh
Trang.
Trang.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, cô.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, cô Anh Trang.
Okay.